Hello, good morning, YouTube. Gonna go live in all the places. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. Going live on Facebook, going live on Instagram. I'm excited to talk to you today. First of all, if it's Memorial Day where you are, if you're in the US, I hope that you're enjoying the long weekend and taking the time to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom as Americans. So that's what Memorial Day is all about. We are staying home today and just getting through a bunch of stuff around here, but I hope that everyone is enjoying their long weekend. So I'm excited today to be talking. First of all, I sound like a man. I sound like a man. The weather is just killing us. The pollen is killing us here in Florida, but let me know where you're watching from. I'm excited to chat with you today about terms and conditions and really why it's so important to dial in what you love and what you maybe don't love so much in your style, because that's how we're going to have clothes in our closet that we actually want to wear. So welcome. Hi. Good to see you guys everywhere from Alabama. I don't know how many people we're going to have live because of the holiday weekend, but you can always watch the replay. So this is first of all, let me tell you what terms and conditions are. Terms and conditions are all of those things that if I were to like pick a bunch of clothes for you, you'd be like, yeah, I like this, but this is pretty, but I don't wear X, I only wear Y. These are your terms and conditions. And with any concept and any strategy, we can take this too far, but we can also not give it enough thought and not take it far enough, because these are going to be the things that are really at the heart of why you reach for some things and don't reach for other things. Like they're that critical. So I'm going to break down why and how to create your terms and conditions list, why it's critical, all the things today. So the first thing I'm going to say, good morning. Good morning. Someone else in Florida, Nancy. Let me know if you sound like a man, like I sound like a man, or is it just me? That the allergies are absolutely killing me. First thing I want to say, though, is that you deserve to feel confident and comfortable every day. So when you wear something that doesn't work for your body, it doesn't work for your lifestyle or your preferences, it shows. And that's when we're going to be doing this business all the time and just like fussing with what we're wearing. And so it's whether you're tugging at your clothes or you're overheating or you simply feel like this is not me, I feel like I'm in a costume, whatever that is. Having a terms and conditions list helps you protect your energy, your time, your confidence. Like, it's just really critical to dial in. I will tell you, I was one of those people who ignored this for a long time because I did not prioritize comfort, but I also did not prioritize that inner voice, that inner feeling that I had that told me that I preferred some things over other things. I preferred certain things over other things. I just ignored that because I wanted to be able to wear everything, and I didn't want any restrictions, and I wanted to be able to say all of these things work for me. And at the end of the day, what I noticed, and what you may have already noticed, is that I was not reaching for the things that did not check the boxes for me. Okay, the next reason you need a terms and conditions list is that makes shopping and getting dressed easier. It makes shopping and getting dressed easier. Instead of buying what's out there, you'll be laser focused on what actually works for you. And you stop wasting money on clothes that you end up regretting and never wear. So if we don't know what we're looking for, we're not going to be able to find it. And we're going to be a victim to just what's in stores, what's available, or worse yet, what's on sale. What's on sale? Good morning. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Deborah. Okay. The next reason I think we need to dial in our terms and conditions is that it helps define your signature style. So many women make style rules for limitations, but actually you're making your own rules. So they're only limiting in the sense that you allow them to be limiting. Instead, looking at these terms and conditions and your own rules and your own specifications allows you to have clues and helps you shape a wardrobe that supports you and what you really want. So as long as we're the ones creating the rules, rules are not limitations, they're signs that point us in the direction of our personal style, of our preferences, of our own unique specifications. For example, if you always gravitate towards soft knits and you avoid anything stiff or structured, you may have, relaxed feminine or romantic personal style that deserves to be like recognized and embraced, right? So I recently had a client tell me, it occurred to me I don't like cotton poplin at all. Like, okay, well, that's a term and condition for that's something she needs to know, because there are a lot of cotton poplin dresses out there right now. I love them. She doesn't love them. I will reach for them. She won't reach for them. And if she did not acknowledge that and even like notice that about herself, she would keep buying dresses and wondering why she wasn't wearing them. The next thing about your terms and conditions list is that it evolves with you. Let's face it, our terms and conditions list can get a little longer as we get older, but they can also shift and change as we get older. For example, I used to really prefer drapey knit fabrics over structured or woven fabrics. Like in my teens, 20s, 30s, I really did not reach for woven fabrics that much. Now in my 50s, I actually love woven fabrics. So your terms and conditions can evolve with you. Your list should grow and shift with your life stages, your lifestyle, your body type, your comfort level, your personal style. All of these things change. So maybe something that was a hard no at 45 may become a maybe or a big yes at 55. Like, that's okay. That's okay. So this list, like just like all the other things that we come up with for our style, should and I think must be allowed to evolve if it's going to represent us where we're at right now. Nothing seems more off, or definitely makes you feel like you're not in your comfort zone, than wearing clothes that felt like you 10 years ago and no longer feel like you. So it's really important to pay attention to, like, I used to love that and I just don't anymore. Or I used to think that was uber flattering on me and I just don't love it on me anymore. And that's totally fine. Okay, so let's talk about 3 steps to creating your terms and conditions list. Okay, the first step is to start with the hard no's. What are the things that you know that you don't reach for, you don't love, you don't find comfortable, you don't find flattering, you don't find that they feel like you? What are your hard no's? So let's talk about fabrics first. Which fabrics make you itch or sweat or feel restricted? Which fabrics are pokey? Which fabrics are stiff on you? Like, what are the fabrics that you never ever ever reach for? Don't fool yourself into thinking you're going to wear wool if you know you've had a lifelong aversion to wool. Don't if you don't like the nubby texture of tweed, if you feel like silk feels too slippery, whatever that is for you, what are the fabrics that you will not reach for? I have recently decided that I'm very, very anti polyester, especially in spring, summer. I am going through I think I'm on year 47 of menopause. of I feel like I'm wrapped in saran wrap if I'm wearing like polyester fabrics. So what are the fabrics that you just know you're not going to wear, even if you still wear them, even if you still love them? Okay, another thing to ask yourself are what cuts and lengths do I avoid? Is there a dress that you're like, oh, that's so cute, but I never reach for it because it's too long or because it's too short? What are the cuts and the lengths that you generally avoid? Like, these are things that need to be on your hard no list, right? The next thing to ask yourself is, what colors feel off to you? What colors don't work for you? You hate polyester too. Yes. Okay. What colors don't work for you? I will give you an example of this. The only way that I will wear camel is in a coat. I adore camel. Camel loathes me and talks about me behind my back. So I will not wear camel in tops or in dresses or in anything else close to my face. I know that camel doesn't look good on me and I'm not going to wear it. Same with blush pink. Love blush pink. Blush pink hates me. So I don't wear blush pink. What are the colors that feel off to you? What are the colors that you know don't suit you? And also colors that you just plain don't love. Like, you just don't reach for them. They're not your favorites. You don't love them. Okay. Next, what what shoes make you feel unsafe and unstable? What shoes make you feel unsafe and unstable? Really, really important, because nothing is worse than I just had a dear friend, like one of my best friends from high school, tell me that she just broke her foot. I'm like, oh my goodness, my sister had broke her foot. It took months and months and months till she was comfortable and her feet felt like themselves again. Like that was a horrible, hard healing process. Uh, at the end of the day, we need clothes that and clothes that we can wear and shoes that we can walk in. And if your shoes make you feel unsafe, unstable, if you feel like you're going to break your neck in those shoes, that is not worth it. There's always a cute option that you can actually wear, and that's walkable for you. So yeah, colors that talk about you behind your back. Nancy said she doesn't love neon colored clothes. So, what are those shoes that make you feel unsafe and unstable, or just merely uncomfortable, or don't feel like your personal style? I'm going to go back to saying, if you guys have probably heard this before, I love loafers on other people. I do not love them on me. I feel, Susan says she won't wear wedges. I feel like loafers just do not, it feels like I'm wearing a costume. They do not feel like me. And so I will never wear loafers. I don't reach for loafers. Okay, so examples of hard nose can include things like no tight sleeves, no polyester or synthetic fabrics. I said that. No heels higher than 1.5 inches, no cropped tops, no wide belts. What are those things that are hard nosed for you? I would encourage you, whether it's while I'm doing this video or after this video, to really start coming up with your list of terms and conditions. Keep it on your phone because you always have your phone with you. And you need to remind yourself sometimes, until this becomes second nature to you, you need to remind yourself of the things that you've told yourself you're not going to choose and you're not going to reach for. Okay, so the next list, so we defined the hard nose. Now the step 2 is going to be to define the yeses. What are your yeses? I want you to think about what feels amazing on your body. So here I'm getting, for the hard nose, no wedges, no heels over 2.75 inches. This is the kind of clarity that you need so that you can prevent the things from entering your wardrobe that don't belong in your wardrobe. So step 2, again, we're going to define our yeses. What are the things that feel amazing on? What are the things that you reach for over and over again? What are the things that feel effortless? What are the things that feel easy? What necklines do you love? What fabrics do you reach for again and again? What types of clothes and what types of styles and silhouettes make you feel like you can move freely and also make you feel pulled together? Like, just check all the boxes for you. Maybe for you, you love natural fibers. So maybe natural fibers are things like linen and cotton and cashmere that you're going to reach for over and over again. Maybe you prefer an elbow length sleeve to a puff sleeve. Maybe you prefer A-line skirts or wide leg pants to skinny pants and leggings. Carol's saying she loves blazers. What are those things that are a big yes for you? Maybe it's really important that you have arch support in your shoes. Or a cushioned footbed in your shoes. They can be comfortable and stylish. Like, we don't have to choose. But what are those requirements for you, for your shoes, for your fabrics, for your necklines, for your silhouettes, for the categories, the styles that you reach for the most often? Maybe you're recognizing in your 50s or 60s or 70s that you're not a denim girl. You really are more of a dress person. So dresses are a big yes for you, and you need more dresses and fewer jeans. Maybe instead you're recognizing that, like me, that you like to have a layering piece everywhere you go because you live in a place where it's hot outside and cold inside. So layering pieces should be a big yes for you. All fabrics except wool. You prefer natural fibers, top quality denim. So what are those specifications for you that make something a big yes? And really, you're going to want to look like, maybe for you, the cheat should be to go into your laundry room now and see what the dirty clothes are. What are the clothes you're actually wearing? And I pray that it's not just because they're super casual and super comfortable, but why are you reaching for the things that you're reaching for? Is it the fabric? Is it the neckline? Is it the fit? Is it the silhouette? Like, what works for you now? What are you reaching for now, and why? Like, break it down. I really reach for this dress because it's easy and breezy and comfortable. Love the fabric, love the fit, and I feel cute in it. Why do you feel cute in it? Well, I feel cute in it because the arms hit me at the right spot. The neckline is perfect. It's the right length. Like, what are those details? Like, break those pieces down. Ask yourself, why is this my favorite shirt? Why is this my favorite dress? Why are these my favorite jeans? You want to know the specifics of why you're reaching for some things and ignoring seemingly similar items in your closet that might look like they check the same boxes, but somehow never get worn, never get reached for, right? Step 3, we're going to pay attention to our emotional triggers because we all have them when it comes to clothes. Some conditions come from like emotional experiences, maybe discomfort, maybe comparing yourself to the way that other people look in these items, maybe stories that you have in your past where, someone said something to you about, I have definitely gotten over this, but I used to hear all the time about having really bony legs. And so for a while, I just didn't really want to show my legs that much. I would, I heard things like spaghetti legs or, string bean or, people saying that I was knock kneed. And again, I've gotten over it and I'm comfortable showing my legs now. But sometimes we hear these replays of old messages in our heads about why we should or shouldn't wear certain things. I've talked about this before, but in Egyptian culture, which is where my family is from, you wear black for funerals, right? And so my mom's emotional trigger about black is she doesn't wear black because black is a funeral color and it doesn't make her feel happy. I obviously don't have that association with black, so you want to pay attention to your emotional triggers around certain colors, silhouettes, whatever. So is there, you want to ask yourself with emotional things, is this a boundary? Pam saying hearing thunder thighs, so getting messages from other people, which I was talking to my daughters about this yesterday. Maybe we should all just make it I know that in my community, we focus on kindness, and I know none of you are doing this, but I feel like it should be a blanket statement to everybody for the rest of, for the future, forever and ever, amen, that we should just never comment on someone else's body. Like, let's just never comment on anyone else's body or anyone else's weight. I talk about body typing and, flattery and everything, but it's always about bringing out the best in your body and not making you feel less than because you have, skinny thighs or thicker thighs or whatever. Like, we are who we are. We're beautifully made. And, I just think it needs to be a blanket statement that we don't say anything about good or bad, honestly, about anyone's body, truly. When you were teaching, if you had a horrible day, sometimes you wouldn't wear that outfit for quite a while. That is not cool. We've all been there. Susan Howard, bony knees, so absolutely no Bermuda shorts. So we all have these messages about what we've been told about our bodies. And it's important to, to ask yourself, is this a boundary for me? Am I like, okay, this is something that I'm just drawing the line at because I don't feel good in it? Or is it coming from fear, coming from old messages? And really something to ask yourself. There's not really a right or wrong way of doing this, but you want to really be aware of that term and condition category in your head, and then ask yourself, is this a condition that I would tell a friend that I love? Like, would you tell a friend, you can't wear Bermuda shorts because your knees are so bony? Is that something you would say to a friend? And really thinking about our own self-talk. At the end of the day, though, what I would encourage you to do is really focus on what are the things that are actually making me feel confident and feel beautiful. We don't have to force ourselves to wear something that we don't feel the cutest in just because we've had messages about those things. Ladies with bony knees, that's a positive. It's so funny because we again, we've all had these messages, and maybe, and I've told my daughters this. Sometimes the things that people criticize you for or tease you about when you're young are the things that other people see as positives when you're older. Like, I used to get all the time comments about my eyes being big. I don't mind my eyes being big anymore, but in the moment, and when you hear those messages, they don't ever feel positive, right? Okay, so again, about the emotional triggers, is this a boundary or a fear? Would I say this to this condition to a friend that I love? And am I avoiding something that could actually work with a little support or styling help? Am I, and I'm going to go back to last week's bathing suit video, if you feel like you can't wear a regular one piece or a regular two piece bathing suit because you have been told that your thighs or your bum or your arms or whatever, I will say that I think with a little styling support and a little bit of encouragement and finding the right suit, you can wear a one piece. I believe we can all wear one piece bathing suits. Get a wrap that makes you feel beautiful, a suit that makes you feel beautiful, but you need to know what those triggers are. You need to know what those triggers are, and those messages are. Examples are, these are so good, these comments. I can't wear dresses might be a fear that the right dress hasn't been found yet. Maybe you just feel like I can't wear dresses because I have tried and tried and tried and tried and I can never find a dress. Well, that's not an I can't wear dresses. That's a I haven't found the right dress scenario, right? No sleeveless tops ever might be, you might maybe flip that and say, I'll try sleeveless styles if I wear a cute little jacket over them. Like, how can you reframe that for yourself? Okay, now I'm going to talk about how to use your list effectively. The first thing is to keep it on your phone. I talked about that. If it's not on your phone, you're not going to remember it. And you're going to go to the store and you're going to see a shiny object and you're going to be like, I need that. That's cute. That's fun. And you're going to forget that you don't wear polyester or that you hate dresses that hit you right above your knee or whatever, right? The next term and condition is to review your list seasonally. Your preferences might shift with weather, with health, like comfort, health, adapt. Like some clothes might suit your physical preferences more in certain seasons and certain life stages than others. Maybe even trends, maybe your terms and conditions. Maybe you've decided that you never liked, crop tops, and then suddenly waist length tops came into style and you decided I actually do like tops if they hit at the waist, and that was on your no list before. So reevaluate that list seasonally. The next thing is to use that list during the closet edit. And, we've been doing closet edits together. We have another one coming up on June 10th. If you want to join us for at Style Confidence Club, these closet edits have been incredible. And, women have talked about how much they've gotten through. One of the things that you ask yourself, that you do in a closet edit, is identify those things that you're on the fence about. And then you want to use your terms and conditions list to ask yourself, why am I on the fence about this item? Why am I on the fence about this item? Why am I not reaching for it? Why is it something that I never seem to want? And often the reason is right there on your terms and conditions list. And then the next thing is that you want to pair your terms and conditions with your style words, because what you're trying to do is get like a full picture of what you love and what you don't love. So, if your style words are soft, playful, and sculptural, you're going to use your terms and conditions and your style words, and you're going to put them together. And that's really going to help you focus when you're shopping and when you're editing your closet to really identify why and what you actually love and reach for. So this is where the magic happens, when we can get a closet that's edited so that we know that we love those pieces without feeling restricted or trapped. And then also we can shop with focus and clarity and direction. Okay, so is there ever a time when your list is wrong? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. I have seen people who are like, I have 973 things on my terms and conditions list. And I am 4'10", and I am also plus sized, and I also don't want to spend more than 20 to 25 items on a single item, $25 on a single item, and I don't want to have anything altered. That's a scenario where you're setting yourself up for failure. Your terms and conditions list, you can be too picky and too specific that you never find anything. And at the same time, you can be so relaxed and so lackadaisical about it that you find way too much. So it's really important to be realistic about what your list is. Your list can't have 75 items and you're also hard to fit and you're also on a very tight budget. Like, be realistic about what you can actually find, because sometimes our terms and conditions can look like procrastination. It can look like self-loathing in a way, like it, or criticism, like really criticizing ourselves. It can look like procrastination. Did I say that already? It can look like giving up and saying, well, there's just nothing in stores for me because I've only got 723 items on my list, and I'm also hard to fit, and I also have a very restricted budget. I don't know why I'm not finding anything. That's procrastination. That is fear talking, and not supporting and honoring your preferences and choices. There's a difference. So if your wardrobe feels too limited or uninspired, it might be time to reevaluate that terms and conditions list. If you start feeling invisible or out of touch because your terms and conditions list only has uber classic items that maybe some of them don't feel as fresh or as modern anymore, if your list becomes so rigid that it's sucking the joy out of getting dressed, and then if your a list feels so restrictive that you can never, ever, ever find anything that you wear, and you're like, I'm just giving up, I will never shop again, nothing at stores suits me or feels like me, then you might want to reevaluate that terms and conditions list. Now, it's important for us to stay, in the zone of what we love to wear and also what feels like us in terms of personal style, but at the same time explore the boundaries of that, right? Like, you don't want to stay right in the middle zone of that box of your preferences all the time. You want to explore the full dimensions of what your preferences are. And I'm going to talk about this in a personal style video, because that's my goal as a personal stylist, is to help you explore things that you might not otherwise look at, but are still within the framework of your personal style. So this is how you know if you're at the perimeter there, at the edges of your personal style. Wear something that slightly nudges that, like slightly out of your comfort zone, but in a safe way. Like, if you're like, I have to cover my arms, maybe pushing the boundaries for you, but still staying true to you, could look like wearing sheer sleeves. They're still sleeves, but they're sheer. Like, what does that look like to you? Are you like, I've not shown my knees since 1979, whatever? Maybe you could do a bathing suit with like a sheer palazzo pant as a cover up. Like, what are those areas in your personal style where you can explore the boundaries, the edges of it, but still stay true to you? What you want is for this to be a tool, and not for it to be a list of rules or a list of restrictions. And again, if it's super narrow and super focused to the point where you never find anything ever when you're shopping, and your wardrobe is down to 7.5 things that fit you, then it's no longer serving you, right? The point for all of these strategies is for them to serve us and not us to serve them. And why do I think terms and conditions are so important for us, especially over 50? I feel like we've earned the right to get dressed on our own terms. Like, we've earned the right to say, I love this and I don't love this, so I'm going to wear this and I'm not going to wear that. Like there've got to be advantages to getting older. This is one of the advantages, as far as I see it, to getting older. Again, I'm going to say this isn't about rules. It's about clarity, and it's about honoring your preferences. It's not about saying I can't wear. It's about saying I'm not choosing in this season to wear X. And then finally, the main reason, the one I started with, is the better you know what you need, the more beautiful and aligned your wardrobe is going to be. And when your wardrobe is aligned with who you are, and it feels beautiful and it feels easy and it feels effortless, and you don't require a lot of zhuzhing, and you don't require styling something to within an inch of its life to feel like yourself in it and feel good in it, you are going to feel more confident. You're going to have easier, better, smoother days, and everything. Your taxes are going to pay themselves. Your house is going to stay clean. Your friends are going to call all the time. Just kidding. But it really, really, really makes life so much easier when we know what we love, and we stay true to that. We stay true to our preferences. We stay true to our personal style. We feel like ourselves in our clothes. And I will tell you, that is the best possible feeling. When you feel like your clothes feel like you, and you feel stylish in them, you feel beautiful in them, you just get out there and you just love people better, you interact with the world, your energy is more open. It very much changes our day when we spend the entire day doing this. I'll tell you one very quick and silly terms and conditions for me. I can't stand it when a top has a neckline that is high enough here that it like feels like it's pressing against my neck. I feel like I'm being strangled. So I can't stand that feeling. And I have a good friend who's actually coming over shortly who we have that same aversion to those types of necklines. So I will feel like I'm fussing with it the entire day, and I will be thinking about it the entire day if I wear a neckline like that. What do you not want to be thinking about the entire day? You don't want to be thinking about your clothes, except for maybe how much you love them and how cute you feel in them. So I hope that this was helpful. Let's come up with your terms and conditions. I'm going to recap really quickly. You want to first start with your hard no's. Second, start with your big yeses. And third, you want to pay attention to those emotional triggers, the things that really make you feel less than confident in your clothes. And then you want to keep that list on your phone, and you want to continually refine it. You want to see it as clarity about your wardrobe, as not as a list of rules about your wardrobe. I promise you, if you do this exercise and you do it periodically, maybe every 6 months or so, you're going to find that fewer and fewer of the unworn and unloved and style mismatches end up in your wardrobe, and you're going to find that your wardrobe more and more reflects who you are and what you love. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow on YouTube. Bye.